What would it feel like to give up self-improvement for 40 days? Would the tightness in our chests, throat, shoulders, and hips ease as we contentedly took the easy way out? Would capitalism crumble if we deleted our wish lists and framed the before photo? Sounds holy, if you ask me, to be sold on life as is, to just exist, with only this, only us, only what these two arms can hold. I just wanted to congratulate everybody for making it through not having daylight savings time. I don't remember where in the world we have daylight savings time, but if you don't know what it is, the clocks spring forward in the spring so the sun sets later, and they fall back in the winter so that the sun rises earlier. And in the winter, when we're already getting less sunlight, the sun setting earlier, like 4:30 p.m., can be really hard on people's mental health. I don't think I've ever been a person who's experienced seasonal affective disorder, which is depression during seasons when we're getting less natural light. When I've been depressed during all seasons, and when I've been happy during all seasons. But to me, at least, this has felt like a particularly hard, overcast winter. I've been experiencing more difficult, more frequent bouts of depression since before I started taking Lexapro in 2017. I've been fine, it's been manageable, and it's never been as bad as the pre-Lexapro times, which is really good and comforting to never dip quite as low as I did during the worst time of my life. But I also haven't experienced much depression at all since then, and so feeling it at all is a little scary. And this is only my second winter off of Lexapro, and so I have to wonder, is seasonal affective disorder part of my life now? Is this something I'll have to plan for? Do I have to incorporate it into my self-care routine? And here we go. Sometimes it would be nice to get better and just stay that way. And given that, it was very nice to run into a friend who usually doesn't get depressed in the winter and hear her say this has been a hard winter for her too. I don't know what next year is going to be like. I don't know if this was actually a more overcast winter than usual. I don't know what the pattern is. But if you had a hard winter, I see you. Me too. And so I welcome daylight savings time this year with even more joy and hope than usual. The sun is back. We made it. I know that for some people, daylight savings time does not signal the end of the hard times, and I'm with you as well. But regardless, we've all survived to this moment. I know I haven't made a year themes video this year, but I do have one, and it's the year of breath. And part of that has been trying to learn that I'm enough just by being. I've always really identified with being, if not productive, if not busy, at least an active person. Someone who enjoys doing things at all moments, and for whom doing things gives me the energy to do more things. But that hasn't always been the case post-pandemic, and so I'm left with the question, if I'm not what I thought was a really important part of myself all the time, or even at all anymore, then who am I? I don't know the answer to that. That's what therapy is for. But I do know that simply being is enough, and I'm going to keep repeating it to myself until I believe it. So much effort goes into simply keeping ourselves and each other alive, let alone healthy, let alone happy, which I'd argue is healthy. Yes, most of us have things we would like to accomplish and experience, but those are not the things that make up a rich, full, important life. What makes your life full is its existence. And I am so glad I get to be here, not because of anything I've accomplished, but because I get to be here. And I'm so glad you're here too. And thus, I believe in celebrating making it to this moment, for simply being today, whether it was hard or not. I see you, you've made it, we've made it together.